Oh guys, so back. So I have had a few parts delivered, but I'm still waiting on some other bits for. Actually, I'll get them. I'll get it. Get it. So, load of stainless steel brake line, load of fittings. So, I've got hopefully enough brake line and nearly every fitting I need to do the brake lines and the clutch line. I'm waiting on some bulkhead fittings, so I can do. The idea is it'll come out of the pedal box, one into bulkhead fitting, so it'll come out of the pedal box to a bulkhead fitting, then split off to the front brakes, and then the same for the clutch, come out of the pedal box to a bulkhead fitting to the clutch, so it'll be nice and neat. And then I'm doing one line all the way to the back, bulkhead fitting, and then off to the rear brakes. Well, it'll go to the hydro handbrake, then off to the rear brakes. So I've nearly got everything for that. Like I said, just waiting on the 3 bulkhead fittings, and then we'll be good to go with that. I'm going to today do a few little jobs that I've been meaning to do. So I need to make another plate up for some more sort of wiring basically. So like what I did for my ECU, I'm going to do another one for. So I've got like another little fuse board like this. So this will be like sparesy, so I can run like gauges off this and whatnot. So it will just have a 12 volt feed to it, and then I'll have some actual fused lines I can plumb into it. I might not use them all, might only use 1 or 2, but they're there. It saves me cutting into looms and splicing off this. I just have a nice, you know, ignition live fuse box. So I got that to mount. I got this little one again, which will be like another main feed in on one, and then I'll have a few sort of lives that can come out to it. So like one that can go to that. I need, yeah, and just like it'll go off to different feeds basically. And I need to mount the Howlets controller box as well. So that all needs mounting up, which isn't the end of it, isn't too bad job at all. Again, I'm going to do the same as I did last time, so I'll do a little bit of aluminium plate, clean it up, make it look a bit neat, and then mount all of that to that, and then mount that in the car, and then we can go from there basically. So that'll be the first job. Depending on how long that takes me, hopefully it won't take too long. The next job is, if you remember way back, a few videos back, picked up these Brembo calipers. Now I need to make some adapters for the mounts on them. I know you can buy most adapters for Brembo calipers. Most of them seem to be like the top mount where they bolt down through the top. I haven't actually seen many that mount like this. Now like I said, these are off a Fiat 20 valve coupe, I think, like the old little 2-seater things. So the chances are they don't make an adapter for these. So like I said, I'm just going to probably make like a decent aluminium or steel adapter. To be fair, these are really close to fitting. It's just the holes are slightly too far apart. So I'm going to make an adapter for these. I'm also going to step up the brake size, the rotor size as well. So at the moment I think I've got like 286s, which is like factory Corrado, I think, 283 or I don't know, around the 280 mark. Now I've still kept the old 4Motion rotors and calipers that came off the Mark IV that I took all the running gear out of. Now I think they're like 312 or something, over 300 mil, which would be a nice upgrade. So what I'm going to do is use those rotors as a template basically. So I'll swap the rotors out, put the bigger ones on, and then I'll make these fit those rotors basically. And then I can buy some decent uprated rotors for the brakes. So yeah, we'll get this little panel done with some electrics on and whatnot for all the little fuse boards, and whatnot. I'm going to leave a little bit of space to add other bits, because the chances are there might be some other little things I'll probably want to bolt up here and there and wire in. So we'll do that first, and then we'll maybe move on to the brakes. Sound? Cheers. We're done, and it's in. I didn't bother showing you putting it all in because you've seen it before with the old one, but there she is, nicely mounted. What I'll do is make some spacers to sit behind these bolts to bring it all out, because it's all lumpy and bumpy. Kind of, yeah, all sits a bit funny, but there she is, and in. Nice and easy access. Yeah, so I can run power to wherever I need to. So what I'll probably do is run like, no, either an ignition live to this block and then come off down to here, and then this is the ground, so I can come off any of these points for a decent ground as well, or up inside there. So yeah, that's done in. That's how it's controller. So I can also look at running that cable to the back of the car as well. I've got to put the switches in that controls it all. I would like to change these switches because they're not the prettiest of things, chrome, but we'll see. So yeah, that's in. Next, it's going to be trying to, well, have a look at doing these brakes really, see if we can get these calipers to fit up. So like I said, I've got the discs off the 4Motion. Here, I'm hoping like the offset and whatnot's the same, but we'll find out. So yeah, I'm gonna, because the back wheel supports are off, so I'm gonna put those back on, lower the rotisserie down so the weight's off that, and then I'll jack up this corner, take that one off, and I can start messing around with this corner. Cool, happy days. So let's do that. Fingers crossed it all works. Cheers. Yo guys, so unfortunately, wow, so that's last little clip of me messing around with the brake was a week or so ago, if not more. Basically, yeah, they're not, those calipers aren't going to work. So these ones, which I picked up cheap off Facebook, I just can't get them to fit. I mean, I took the hub off and bolted it to the bench and had a mess around and made up some little adapters and stuff like that, and it just, yeah, it didn't work out very well. So I scrapped that idea and looked into what my other options were. Now, when it comes to Volkswagens, there is a lot of like different options for big brake upgrades using like Porsche brakes, Seat Cupra brakes, like Brembo calipers. You can buy off the shelf kits, but you know, they're in the grandage sort of mark. So obviously, as always, I want a little bit of a budget. So to make life the easiest way I found to find the right kit was I went on Epitech's website, which is, if you don't know them, German company. They make pretty much any adapter for brakes, and they make drive shafts and things like that. I had a look through, figured out what size discs would suit 17s, because I don't want to go any bigger than 17s. Found the adapters, and then with the adapters it lists what calipers and what rotors fit with it. So I went with these. So these are rear calipers off like I think it's like an 05 plate Porsche Cayenne or Cayenne. So they're 4-pot Brembos, decent size. You know, they're a bit newer than, I think the other common brake off caliper off a Porsche to use is like the 996 rear caliper, I think, or a bit older. They do older ones as well. But yeah, so this is a bit newer, nice looking caliper, 4-pot Brembo. So I went with those. Now on budget, I mean, I don't know if chances are you ain't going to get much cheaper than this on an upgrade, but on a big brake upgrade. So I managed to pick up the calipers second hand off eBay for 60 quid each per side. So that was 120 quid for a full set of Brembos, which is pretty good. Then it uses 3 26 by 28 Seat Leon rotors. So these are M-Tech rotors, drilled and grooved. Yeah, these are literally the ones that Epitech list fit with those adapters and those calipers, and they say they fit under 17s. I have quickly mocked it up, and it all does fit under 17s. Depending what wheels you've got, you might find, like I have, that the face of the caliper does catch the inside of the wheel, so you have to run like a small spacer just to give it clearance. But that depends from wheel to wheel on how you know, what offsets they are, how the wheel, you know, what design the wheel is. So yeah, those came in at, I think they were like 114 quid for these. And then the Epitech adapters, so you get the adapters and the bolts, I think they were about 100 euros. So, like, I'm not far off 300 quid for a full upgrade on the front brakes to Brembo calipers, bigger rotors, and the adapters. And it's just a bolt-on kit. Wow, hopefully it's just a bolt-on kit. So what I'll do is, I'll put a link to the adapters, I've got the part number for the Brembo calipers as well, I'll list them, and I'll put a link to the M-Tech website for the rotors as well. So if it's in a swap you want to do, all the links will be there, and the part number for the Brembo brakes. I found best thing for the calipers was I just went on eBay, searched Cayenne, 05 Cayenne rear calipers. Most of them on there that are second hand are like from breakers, so they list the part number, or you can search the part number. They are used on, like, I think the Volkswagen Touareg as well, the older Touareg. They use 4 pots on the back of that, and maybe a few others. So yeah, I'll list that in the bottom, and then we'll go from there. So what we're going to do today is, well, this evening, is probably get these fitted up. I'm going to have to modify my axle stands a little bit, because I don't think they'll fit with the calipers and the rotors on, but I would like to get them on if I can for when I start doing brake lines, because I've now got everything I need for all the brake lines, hopefully, so I can start running brake lines as well once these are on. Sound? So we'll get cracking with that. Cheers guys!
How you gon' lie when you look me in my eyes and you show me a facade? Show me a facade. How you gon' lie when you look me in my eyes and you show me a facade? Show me a facade. You a lie. You a front, you say anything long as you get what you want. Tryna play me like a fool, homie, I am not a clown. It ain't nothing but a game, cause all you do is mess around. Now I'm on the verge of a meltdown. I should've known when I met her back at Midtown, at Dogwood, when I was going through a rough patch. But it's all good, I even told about the dark times I had in childhood, when we was driving off of I-10 in Kirkwood. Now all that time I never get it back. You wanted that, used to hate when I didn't wanna hang. I noticed that, used to talking about your ex, Jake, with your next jack. Used to messing with them white boys, now she went black. Wait a minute, guess you went and got yourself a real life. Got yourself some booty shots and lip filler. You just wanna make a rapper beat like Dilla. You ain't nothing nice, radiator, I spit us up close. Baby, you a ghost, you a demon, and you should float. Get out the way and just go, and just go, and just float. How you gonna lie when you looking in my eyes and you say you down for the cause, but you really here for the ride? You ain't really feeding no sheep, you're a K9 in disguise. Should've never gave you nothing but a funky high five. I know we can't go back in time, but I wish I could rewind and get back all that money that I spent every nickel and dime, cause you alive. Oh, you a front.
So, brakes are on. We are now going to make a start on brake lines. Now, this is everything I ordered. I can't actually remember what I ordered it or why. Or, I can't remember. I drew it out, but I've left a piece of paper at home. So, what I do know is, well, actually, I've got a couple more fittings to go with that. I am still waiting on 2 fittings, actually. So I'm waiting on a bulkhead fitting and some nuts for these 2 bulkhead fittings. So these are for the T-pieces for the brake lines. So they're all stainless. So yeah, this is going to be 2 bulkhead fittings for front rears. So that will go off. So the idea is gonna have that, so line from master cylinder will go to this, into here, through the bulkhead, then off to front left, front right. Same again, so hose to there, rear left, rear right. Cool. So these are all just hose ends basically, mainly to go on for the bulkheads. I think I ordered 10 because yeah, I need 3 for each for the brakes, and then I needed another 3 I think for the clutch. So I just ordered some extra ones just in case. I don't know why I got that. Can't remember. I don't know why I ordered that. I don't know why I ordered these. I can't remember. Can't remember why I ordered them either. So this is a switch that will come off the clutch. So this white piece will go at the master cylinder, 1 into here. So this will be the switch for launch control, or 2-step, or whatever you want to call it. That's that switch, and then off this one. That's why I ordered one of those. One of those goes in there. There you go. And this then will go off to the clutch. So what we'll do is we'll just start roughly putting it together on the table first. So we'll get this out of here. This is the part where I've probably ordered like the wrong threads and shit like that. But hey ho. So no. So that's gonna go in there. So that's one. We get one of these. This will then sit in there. Hopefully this is all going to fit. So master cylinder out for clutch, switch for launch control, then this will then go off to the clutch itself. Happy days. So T-piece is going to be master cylinder, 2 T-piece, like so. Let's say front left and front right. Happy days, happy days. Then get this out of the packet if we can. Apparently we can't. And then again, we're gonna go from master cylinder to T-piece bulkhead fitting.
then off to, like, let's say rear right, and let's say rear left. Bada boom, bada bing. So that is kind of out of the master cylinder stuff. Again, can't remember why I ordered that. So these are for the master cylinders. So these are going to come out of the master cylinders. Yeah, so that one's that one, that one's that one. I've got 3 left. Rubbish! Looks like I'm one short, guys. Haha! I thought I ordered enough. I'll have to order a couple more. So obviously these are then going to fit onto these and go out the master cylinder, and then that will go to brake line, clutch line, and to hydraulic handbrake. Right, where to start? I'm going to start with putting all of this lot on the master cylinders. I really can't think why I ordered this joiner. I ain't got a clue why I ordered this joiner. I really don't. Oh, I know, this is, I think, for the clutch. We'll check that. Right, I'm gonna go and fit all these. Sound. They are in. Looks like it's going to be pretty tight, so I'm going to have to just wait and see till they're sort of got the hoses on them. But down in there, you can see it's all very tight under there. But we'll wait and see. Like, this one will be alright. But so yeah, they're in. Also got the it's really bright. Also got the hydraulic one in, so I can have the hose. The lever come around the back here to this one, and then well, no, actually that's the out, isn't it? Dumbass Luke. I think that was the out, so that probably sit like there, and then it's going to run down the scuttle down the middle. This one then, I can probably spin him around to, let's say, there. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? And then that can run down to the rest of it. Cool, so they are in. Obviously I've got to do all the lines, but that's good to have in. Now, change of plans. I'm not going to make start on brake lines because done. Right, so guys, that is now in. Yeah, works pretty nice. I can mess around with how short and whatnot it is, and you know, as and when it's running. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is call it quits there today and head home, have some dinner, end the video. Next video will be brake lines, and hopefully clutch lines if the bits show up, or clutch line, sorry. So yeah, anyway, cheers for watching, guys. As always, give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. It helps me out. Be nice to get to 1,000 subscribers if possible. Not far off now. So yeah, spread the word, chuck a comment in below, down below. and I'll try and get back to you. Cheers, bye.